Hey, what's up guys? Gary Walker here and welcome back for another video. This is another fun video and it's all about growing your biceps. This is the perfect biceps workout for full biceps. What we're focused on with this workout is building the big ball here, okay? We're doing the short head. So we're gonna do a lot of different exercises to really maximize the intensity in the short head of your biceps. So what we're gonna be doing, 4 different exercises, and we're shooting for 3 sets of each exercise, so 12 total sets. So you're gonna get a great pump, you're gonna get a lot of lactic acid because we're shooting for a little bit higher reps as well. 10 to 12 reps for some of the exercises, 12 to 15 for others, and the first one, 21 total reps. So the first one is designed to really get a lot of blood flowing into the biceps, really get some lactic acid going so they're going to burn. All right, the very first one we're going to do are cable curls, but 21s. I'm sure you've done 21s before, 7, 7, 7. So basically what you're gonna be doing, you're gonna be doing 7 reps at the bottom range of motion. Instead of going full range of motion, initially we're going all the way down, full stretch, and halfway up, about 90 degrees. Just the bottom, all the way down, halfway up. 7 reps there, so 7 at the bottom. Once you've done that, you're gonna go to the top. 90 degrees, all the way up. 90 degrees, all the way up. So 7 more reps there. So you've got 7 at the bottom, 7 at the top, and you guessed it, 7 more full range of motion reps. You wanna use slow and controlled reps when you're doing this. You don't want to just sit there and go through the motions. You don't want to use momentum. You don't want to cheat any of the reps. You really want to maximize the full contraction at the top and the full stretch when you can at the bottom. Really focus on that mind-muscle connection and making the biceps do all of the work. All right, so that's gonna be the very first one. If you watched a lot of my arm exercises, man, you know I love spider curls. All right, you're gonna be using an incline bench. I like about a 45-degree angle. You can use a 30-degree as well. 30 or 45, either one of those are gonna work well. You actually want your arms straight down, and then from there, I actually go forward slightly just to increase the stretch. I like a really good stretch in the bicep. So you notice I'm using really light weights. It doesn't take a lot of weight when you're doing these because at the end of the day, the goal again is to just isolate the biceps. Take the shoulder out of the movement, take all other cheating and momentum out. Just focus on the biceps. Good stretch at the bottom, full stretch, and then good hard contraction at the top. Also at the top, you'll notice my supinated grip. Supinated means rotating out. So that's what I'm doing at the top. Nice full stretch at the bottom. Once I get here, I supinate that grip. Supinate the wrist is gonna give you a really good peak contraction in the biceps. Nice, slow, and under control here as well. The other thing I want you to realize, not only are they straight down and I told you they're forward, you don't want to bring your elbow back as you're coming up. That is actually going to shorten the range of motion. I want you to utilize a full range of motion when you're doing these, okay? Now we're gonna get into a preacher curl. There's different ways to do a preacher curl. You'll notice I'm using an incline bench as well. It's just more convenient for me. You've got straight arm preacher curls. I've got a machine like that, works really well. You don't see a whole lot of those anymore, but basically the goal here, even if you're doing a standard preacher curl, which is about a 45-degree as well, you want your arm to be flat on it and keep that elbow down as much as possible. You don't want to bring it up. You don't want to come all the way up like this. You really want to focus on isolating the bicep. Really good full range of motion here as well. Good contraction at the top. The reason I'm using the angle that I am, a lot of preacher curls, you will notice if you're starting here, when you're at the top of the movement here, you really have to have a really good mind to muscle connection to contract that bicep. Otherwise, when you're here, you've got gravity pulling down, you've got the weight pulling down, but once your wrist is over the elbow, then there's a natural rest there. You're losing tension in the bicep. Again, unless you're really focused on that mind muscle connection. So that's gonna be huge. Once you're in this spot, really squeeze that bicep. Again, supinate the wrist and squeeze the bicep. That's gonna help you a lot. But if you've got another angle, you'll notice me on the bench, I'm a little bit more over. So the top of my position is here. So again, not only the weight of the dumbbell, but gravity is always pulling down. So that's gonna just add more tension to the bicep. Last exercise is a really fun one. You'll see a lot of different names for this. I've always called them the high cable flex curl. You're using a high cable. If you have a cable crossover machine, you can actually grab both, do both at the same time. I'm using one. Key point when you're doing this as well is full range of motion. Keep your elbow up high. Don't bring the elbow down. You'll see people, as they're curling, they bring the elbow down. If you're doing that, once again, shortening the range of motion. So I like to keep it up high, keep that full stretch in the bicep, and then really get a good contraction at the top. All of these exercises are designed to work the ball of the bicep. So the short head, the lateral head is on the outside. When you do a lot of cross body stuff, hammer grip stuff, you still wanna make sure you're incorporating those as well to give you that full bicep look. But for this video, I really want to just focus on this ball here. Really put all the emphasis on making that round, full, tight, fill it full of blood. That's why you've got some of these higher rep ranges. Nothing too heavy. I don't like the heavy reps, or I don't like the heavy weight in the lower reps when you're working such a tiny muscle group. Bicep is actually really small, especially compared to chest, back, quads, hams. It's a small muscle group, so it doesn't take a lot of heavy weight. It actually takes more blood flow, more lactic acid, and a stronger mind muscle connection to make sure your bicep is really maximizing each and every rep of every set. So that's what I want you to focus on. Use less weight and really put that mind into that muscle. Really make sure your bicep is doing all of the work. Bicep is contracted and the bicep is what is stretching. Don't just allow the weight to drop without really paying attention to what's happening in the bicep. Really focus on the bicep, focus on the bicep, focus on the bicep. Once you're at the bottom, then start contracting the crap out of that bicep again, and then squeeze the crap out of those concentric contractions. Concentric is just shortening of the muscle. As you extend the muscle, it's elongated. That's eccentric. As you shorten the muscle, that's concentric. So when you're in the concentric phase, really hammer that contraction as much as possible. Force that blood in there, force that lactic acid in there, which is also gonna draw more growth hormone in the arm, and it's gonna give you great growth benefits. But all right, if you have any questions about any of this video, any of the exercises, the rep ranges, anything at all, man, just comment below and let me know. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, man, please subscribe to my channel and then share it with some of your buddies as well. I know you got some of your buddies that can actually use bigger arms. Arms are one of the most impressive muscle groups because you see them no matter what you're wearing. Even at work, if you're wearing a polo shirt, man, you can see them. Tank top, you see them. T-shirts, you see them. So they're always on display. So if you really focus on growing your arms, it's one of those illusionary muscles. Even if you're flat chested, if you have a small back, any of those things that people see biceps hanging out of your shirt, they assume you're even bigger than you are. So that's one of the cool things about working biceps. It's an illusionary muscle. But again, if you have any questions, comment below. If not, that's all I got, man. Get busy, get after it. God bless.